Are you ready for tonight? Welcome to Crypto Malta! Yeah, ready. I hope you are ready. My name is Feres, and I missed the documents that I prepared to show you for tonight, but I will talk a little bit about our community. We are Crypto Hub Malta, and we are physically at Soho office. This building is a rocket ship. No, it's not. This building is a co-working space where there's a spa and a gym in the first floor. Second floor and third floor is co-working offices. And here on the top, it's only the coolest people of Malta. It's the event location, and we are here every Wednesday to talk about blockchain technology. My name is Feres, but you can call me Satoshi. And you can call yourself Satoshi as well if you scan this QR code. This is our POAP. A POAP is a proof of attendance protocol. It's the physical proof that you have been here. And if you scan it, you can be member of our DAO. It's a decentralized autonomous organization. It sounds very fancy, but basically we're trying to organize this community on the blockchain. That is the goal for the future. And that is also what some of us, the volunteers of Crypto Hub, we are working for right now. So we are in the middle of the process of becoming a volunteer organization officially recognized by the government of Malta. It has been a long process because they look at us as if we are crypto pirates, and we are crypto pirates. So it has been a long process, but we are optimistic that we're going to finish this year. And if we finish this year, I promise there will be a Christmas party. Also, there will be a Bitcoin 100K party. It's the same party. Okay. Just some few announcements before we start to talk about crypto versus stocks. We are Crypto Hub Malta, I mentioned that, and we are on social media. We have a website, but really the most important for me is that we are on Telegram. That's where most of the conversation takes place. At the end of the bar, there's a QR code that you can scan. It's a private invitation link to our Telegram group. If you want to share something, if you have some questions or are looking for something, that is the place where we talk. You cannot find the group. It's a private group because otherwise there would be too much spam. But now that you're here, scan the QR code at the end of the bar and join us. Now, this one is dear to my heart. We are recently on X, on formerly Twitter. And we all know this is where the real crypto OGs, they live and they call their place home. So follow us on X or on Twitter, Crypto Hub Malta, and we are there. Now, with no further ado, maybe one last further ado. But this is not about us, this is about you. Raise your hand if you're here for the first time. Okay? Now, if you have been here before, look around, look at the people. They're here for the first time. Those guys could be your exit liquidity. No, be nice to them and say hello and welcome them. To all of you, welcome. If you have any ideas, talk to me or talk to some of the other co-organizers, and we are going to do it here. Now, we are starting with the presentation on crypto versus stocks. And oh my God, did you play around with the computer? Because I cannot find the presentation, so I must say, to the people that are new here, this is part of our tradition as well, to have some technical hiccups. Okay, here we are. Presentation is here. Yes, it is open. Okay, I will make a short introduction while Antonio's checking this. Antonio is by profession a lawyer. He has sent me many versions of this, and this is the updated one we just checked, yeah? Okay. He's a lawyer by profession. He lives in Malta, but he's originally from Macedonia, where he is running the crypto community. What is it called? You're going to tell us? Everyone, a warm welcome to Antonio.
Hello, guys. Good evening. So, fifth time. Obviously, there is some reason why they're calling me back. First and most important question. Do you know who is Warren Buffett? Can I see hands who knows who is Warren Buffett? Okay, very good. Okay, very good. So, I should go out of this side, but can you imagine after? So do you know that he said Bitcoin is a rat poison, right? Do you agree? No, nobody? Okay, so who owns stocks? Who owns stocks? Can I see hands? Okay. Shall I ask for crypto or is everybody? Everybody. After this presentation, we can do a wall of that, we separate them two halves and we... Anyway, so it's quite interesting because in the previous 5 presentations that I've done, we have compared Bitcoin to practically everything, to gold, to real estate, to everything. So last time I actually got one of the guests here to ask me, like, can you please do one for the stocks? So we said, of course, it's going to be quite a teachable moment. Why? Because we're talking about the 2 most profitable capital goods in the world for the last, let's say, 10, 20, for the stocks even, let's say, 100 years backwards. Now, why is this so important? Because most of the people that are in stocks are generally the older generation. We're talking about the boomers, right? We know these grandpas and grandmas. The highest top of the, let's say, technology they have lived through is a transistor, the black and white TVs. Yeah, but unfortunately, like it or not, the biggest part of the capital is still in their hands. Now, just for the people that maybe don't know, again, we are all of different kind of professions, so not everybody knows everything, obviously. Stock is practically a presentation of a part of a company. So this is a fraction of the company that you can buy and own in this case, most of the time, digital version. Some of, let's say, the older generations, they were still buying this in a paper version where you actually come to the, let's say, they have these special gatherings where they're selling the stocks and you practically outbid yourself and et cetera, but not important. These days, you go on eToro, you use your email, you have stocks, period. Now, regarding Bitcoin, obviously, I can imagine everybody knows, but just to make it, well known, we're talking about digital money. So, peer-to-peer, we're discussing about money that is completely decentralized. It's not owned by anybody. And in the same time, we're talking about complete decentralization, where the whole ledger is on millions of computers. So it's literally the best form of money we've ever seen until this point. Now, once we have, let's say, mentioned all this, very easy, we're going to go category by category. So we're going to represent everything that these 2 capital goods own, and we're going to compare which one is better. Very easy. Because we can talk until tomorrow who is better, who bought what, who made how much profit. We need to see this on a statistical level with all the characteristics that this capital good has. So as you can see, we have several different categories that we're going to compare them with. And it's going to be very simple to see who is going to be the winner at the end. Now, first, the most important that we are going to compare is the size of the market and the profits they have made so far. Why? One of the most important parts in everything that we're investing is the market capitalization, right? There's the simple part. Let's put it this way. If something has, let's say, 1 trillion market cap, when you invest $100 in it, you need to expect this good, this capital good, doesn't matter if it's stock, doesn't matter if it's cryptocurrency, whatever it is, to double in market capitalization, which means it needs to come to 2 trillion for you to double your investment. That's how it works. Now, we need to see who has what kind of a market capitalization and what is the historical profit so far that people have made in both categories. Now, first, we're going to talk about stock. As you can see, this is in the practically last 24 years, even more. We can see how they were growing, right? And this is by market. So we can see that US currently holds more than $60 trillion worth of stocks. So these are different kind of stocks, and the whole market is represented by 60 trillion. This is in November 2024. So I tried to have this literally with the newest possible information. Now we can see over here different markets with different kind of, let's say, capitalization as a total market. What's the important part here? Everybody here knows about these stocks, right? Everybody says to you, buy Apple, buy Nvidia, buy Microsoft, buy whatever, right? But what's the problem that most of the people don't understand? What is the market capitalization of these capital goods? For example, somebody says to you, buy Apple, right? Okay. Apple currently, and this is 2 days ago, has $3.5 trillion market cap, which means for Apple to be double, let's say you invest $100, for you to double your investment, Apple need to acquire additional $3.5 trillion in market cap, which means all the Warren Buffetts in the world and all the Elon Musks and everybody else need to put their money into Apple for you to actually double your investment, right? It's quite hard. I mean, it's statistically very hard. Now, why is this important? Not only Apple, Nvidia, 3.3 trillion, Microsoft, 3 trillion, Google, 2 trillion, etc., etc. So the problem is that these days everybody's talking about these blue chip stocks that you need to invest because this is the best investment ever. Let's see if that's true. Now, over here, I did as well for you to see that, again, like it or not, the US market is currently the biggest, largest market for any kind of capital good. So the biggest part of the money is still concentrated in the US. As you can see, they own 39 out of the top 100 stocks in the world. So practically, if you're investing in stocks, there is a 1 in 2 chance that you're going to invest in this market, right? Okay. Now, if we compare this to what we currently have in the crypto market, you're going to see that it's uncomparable. Why? The biggest, largest cryptocurrency, the first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, has 2 trillion market cap, right? But that's the largest one. And it's still far below Apple, far below Microsoft, etc., etc. Which means that even if you invest in the largest cryptocurrencies that exists, you still have a lot more, let's say, room to grow. Another important thing that we need to compare is Bitcoin is a global currency. Bitcoin is a global capital good, which means nobody's stopping you for you to invest, let's say, from Romania, then from South Africa, then from everywhere else. I cannot say the same for the stocks, and we're going to go to that point later on when you can see that you are very limited who can buy this kind of capital goods, this kind of stocks. Now, another important thing we need to mention here is this is only the first and the largest, right? So what did we say? For you to make double the investment in Apple, you need to go from 3.5 to 7 trillion, right? The whole market cap of the cryptocurrencies now, this is 2 days ago, no, a little bit more, but doesn't matter, 19th of November. So it's still, let's say, very fresh. It's around 3.3 trillion. All the cryptocurrencies, those, 30,000 cryptocurrencies that exist currently, together cannot compete with the market cap of Apple. So what does it show you? Let's see the top 10 cryptocurrencies currently. We're going to forget about Tether, obviously. We're talking in USDC. Those are stable coins. But the rest, let's say you invest in Cardano. Cardano has 35 billion. That's nothing compared to this kind of stocks, right? So let me ask you again statistically. What is bigger possibility? That you're going to double your money in Apple or you're going to double your money in Cardano, which has only $35 billion? Obviously, it's not very easy because at the end of the day, we're talking about the best producer of mobile phones, technology, etc., etc. Cardano is not very well known. I understand. But when we talk about statistics of market capitalization, any of these projects is a lot more profitable than stocks. Now, this is just the stock part, just the market cap part. Let's see the games. Let's see these massive gains everybody is so let's say, horny about in Wall Street. Now, in the last 10 years, this is the Russell 1000. This is the top 1,000 stocks in America currently, right? The biggest gainer is Nvidia with 26,000%. But again, we're talking about thousands and thousands of different stocks. So how do you know that you needed to pick Nvidia in 2016 when it was costing $1? How do you know? What was the story about Bill Gates? Garage? Few friends started playing with computers. How do you know which garage? How do you know which are these 5 people sitting and playing on the computer? You don't know, right? So it's 1 in a billion chance that you're going to invest in the right company. Not only that, you need to be in the right country at the right time. Because you cannot invest in Nvidia from South Africa when it was just starting. It's impossible, right? Because you need to be literally on the market present to do that. But Cardano, you can buy it anywhere. You can literally buy it in the middle of Sahara. You just need Wi-Fi or satellite, whatever. You don't need anything, not even an ID. You can still buy it. That's the difference. But we're going to get there. Now, this is the best, absolute best stock that ever existed in this case, right? The second one is Celsius Holding, etc., etc. We're not even going to do the names. It's not important. The second one is 18,000, right? So these are the two that actually made some kind of a difference. We're talking about very good gainers. Everything else is 4,000 and less. We can see over here as well, So if you invested $100 in 2009, you needed to wait for 10 years for you to, and again, the best gainer is Netflix, to get to 3,000, which means 300x. Not a lot for crypto, that's like a pocket change, but we'll get there. So if you compare everything else, so you needed to choose Netflix. So you need to exactly know which company, and you need to hold it for 10 years, which is 2 cycles in crypto. Those are 2 full bull cycles. Now let's see how it looks like on the other side. First, and the king, obviously, in the same period from 2009 to 2019, if you compare it to the biggest stocks that are out there, like Amazon, Apple, etc., if you invested $100, you would have had 3,300 in Amazon, 2,400 in Apple, and not even gonna go down this list, and 9,200,000 in Bitcoin. But again, who knew, right? 2009, you people were playing GTA for sure, Counter-Strike, something. Let's be honest. There was a picture of a baby. He's like, look at me in 2009, sitting in my diapers instead of buying Bitcoin. These kind of situations. But still, now if you compare this on a statistical level to everything, you compare Bitcoin to literally everything. The best indexes in the world. We have gold, we have cash, we have silver. Everything that is performing very good. So these are the best performing assets, not only stocks, assets, any kind of asset. We can see that Bitcoin literally did more than everything combined in the year, right? And except for that 1 year when it had bear market, 2014, 2018, 2022, it's always the best performing asset in the last from 2011 to 2023. So almost 15 years, right? The best performing asset. And if you see this on a yearly level, the best performing asset after that is the Nasdaq 100, right? This is the second most popular after the S&P 500. Nasdaq 100 is the second most popular index. Bitcoin have made 150% gains every year. This is the medium, right? Compared to Nasdaq, which made 18%. Now, this is the difference in market cap, okay? We cannot expect the same from 2023 onwards, let's be honest, because now the market cap of Bitcoin is also 2 trillion. But so far, it has made what everybody was just dreaming about. But it's not only Bitcoin. Now, this is just 5 random altcoins I took that are very well known. I'm sure that most of them you know. And these are completely different types of altcoins, right? The one is Oracle, the other one is Layer 1, this one is the ultimate Layer 1, this is ASI or Fed token, this is artificial intelligence, Phantom. So we're talking different kind of altcoins. I just took them for an example. This is from the beginning of their existence, which most of them are one cycle. Why? The cryptocurrencies and this kind of technology is completely new on the market. We're talking about literally new capital goods that are just coming in the market. How do you know this? This is the first year, and I can imagine people that just entered the market would not know this, but people that are here from 2014, 2016, 17 would definitely know this. In 2017, if somebody told me that the president of the biggest economy in the world will come and take a stage and speak about Bitcoin, can you imagine? He was running his campaign on the promises of Bitcoin. Again, in 2017, somebody say this like this on a stage, they would just go out. They will walk out. This guy is completely bananas. Nothing to discuss. But today, this is completely normal. And not only that, we're discussing that the biggest economy is preparing Bitcoin reserve. So they have an oil reserve, they have a gold reserve, now they will have a Bitcoin reserve. So can you imagine to which point we came? On the other hand, we have the Bank of International Settlements from January 2025. Allows every central bank in the world to hold 3% in Bitcoin and any other cryptocurrencies. So we're talking that the banks, the biggest enemy of crypto, came to the point to be, okay, so you know what? We're going to put 3%. Who cares? Who's going to say no to us? Yeah, we decide, right? We print. So if we compare the percentage now of gains, Phantom in the last 4 years from 2020, from his inception, have made 59,000% gain. Nobody has this. Maybe Andre Cronje, the guy that created it, maybe he has this kind of profits. Obviously, nobody would have bought it here and hold until now. Let's be honest. But even if you have half of this, even if you bought it now in this cycle from 2022 onwards, you will still have more than what NVIDIA has. And you had to hold NVIDIA for the last 15 years for you to be able to have these kind of gains. Chainlink, and look at the market cap, 2.5 billion. And Apple has 3.5 trillion. So the difference is that this is pocket change. If we talk about the guy that said that Bitcoin is rat poison, for him 2.5 billion is pocket change. So he can double the market cap of this altcoin literally with one finger. Enter. That's it. Chainlink, 11 billion. Okay, this is even a bigger altcoin, right? It made 14,000 from the beginning of his existence, from 2017 to this point. So 14,000% later on. I mean, these are the most famous one, right? Solana, 130,000. So it makes this 29,000 of NVIDIA look like a... Guys, why are you investing in this, right? Ethereum, 845,000%. Shall I go on? And you're going to see the same results in a lot of these altcoins. The idea is that we're talking about a very small market cap and very, very big possibilities for profits. Again, the risk is there. There is always a possibility of a rug pull. I don't know, the project fell apart. Some of the creators went away. But again, if you hedge your bets, if you put certain amount of money, you're going to make a lot more profits. Again, this is not a financial advice. I'm just saying, comparing to the stock market, you need to be 80 years old to get to some kind of real gains. From this point to 80 years old, I'm talking. Now, the next thing that we need to compare is limited or unlimited supply. One thing we need to understand about every company is that if the board of directors, or they have this special kind of organs, every, let's say, company has its different types of organs, decide to issue more share, you cannot stop them, which means they can devalue your stock if they decide to issue more stock. Why they do that? Why a company issues more stock? Let's say in this case, Soho decides to do one more floor, but they don't have the money, right? And there are, for example, 10 owners, they have their own shares. This is, let's say, a shared company. They say, you know what? We're going to issue new stocks. We're going to get people from outside that want to invest. And we are going to make this building bigger, which means it's going to bring more money. But that doesn't change the fact that the people that already own the share will have their shares devalued because you're issuing more shares. Same goes for money, and we all know how that turned out, right? Then same goes for gold. Believe it or not, the gold miners are adjusting their mining of gold depending on how much the market needs gold at the time to not collapse the price. And we have currently constantly finding new places that have new amounts of gold. Now, recently in Ghana, they found big amount of gold, something. And then America said, we need to bring some democracy there. They don't have enough democracy for sure. Same goes for stocks, same goes for real estate, same goes for everything except for Bitcoin, right? Because there is only 21 million. We're talking about decentralized system. And you cannot persuade these people. You theoretically can issue more than 21 million Bitcoin. But you need to persuade all the nodes of Bitcoin to change this rule. And why would they do that? If I'm holding Bitcoin and I devalue and I make more Bitcoins on the market, what I'm going to do, I'm going to devalue the Bitcoin that I have. So you will never persuade these people to change this rule. And that's a period, because which one is the toughest feeling we have? This greed, you know? What I want it to grow. I don't want it to diminish. Nobody wants it to diminish, right? Except for the Americans and their dollar. Now, in this case, not only Bitcoin, we have one that is even better. What's this? Bitcoin currently has less than 1% inflation, which means on a yearly level, because we're still around 19 million Bitcoins mined, and we need to get to 21 million. We'll never see it because it's going to be in more than 100 years. But that doesn't change the fact that the inflation every cycle cuts in half, which means before we had more than 1%, now we have around 0.75% per year. This is how much Bitcoin is added on a yearly level until the next halving. So it's still 0.75% inflation. But if you take a look at Ethereum, it shows you that this technology is so adaptable, they eliminated inflation, believe it or not. How they did it? they introduced a special type of mechanism, algorithm in the blockchain itself, which burns part of the fee that you pay for every Ethereum transaction. What they did is they're burning more Ethereum that they're issuing currently. So they have a fixed supply of issuing Ethereum per year, which is around 180,000 Ethereums. And they're burning more than they're issuing with this kind of mechanism. So which means that more Ethereum is used, more Ethereum is transacted, the bigger is the practically burn mechanism from this supply, which got Ethereum to minus 0.2% inflation, which means it's deflationary, which means you're gaining on price over year 0.2% because it's losing supply. Practically every year you have around, let's say, 30, 40,000 less Ethereums on the market because of the use. And currently, Mr. Larry Fink decided that Ethereum is the place to work. So can you imagine how that's going to work out when BlackRock starts working on this blockchain? Now, what I was trying to show you is that the inflation in the cryptocurrencies can be regulated, even positive. Again, pure example, positive. Later on, how people use Ethereum more, and again, this is the first bull market that we're going to test this, because this was done during the merge, which was literally post-bull market. Now, when we come to the point to everybody starting aping in, you know, this retail wakes up and starts buying all the NFTs with bananas and dogs with hats and cats with slippers and stuff like that, we are going to see literally this explode. But let's get there. Now, the next thing we need to compare is several things which are connected to the investment and custody of this kind of goods. First thing, can you self-custody it? Now, this is very important because it's not only to make profits out of it. It's not only to be able to buy it. Let's see what you can do with it and how you can use it on a daily basis. Now, self-custody for crypto is easy peasy, right? You buy a cold wallet, you know how to use it, period. That's it. You learned. Like a bicycle. Once you know how to drive, you know how to drive. Any other cold wallet is the same situation, just you need to figure out the steps. Over here, in the other side, you need to be doing this through a certain platform. And let's not forget that if you're doing it in the paper version, God help you, when you need to sell the paper version of stocks that you have. But okay, let's forget about the boomers for a moment. Let's talk about the people that actually matter in this case. These are the young people that currently are investing in eToro, Interactive Brokers, Robinhood, etc., etc. But you still need the platform. Now, not only that you need the platform, in America has this special rule. I love these guys. They're all about democracy. I mean, all about democracy. Watch this. This is pure definition of democracy. So they're saying like this. You cannot buy NVIDIA. And you say, but why? I want to buy. I see this project is very good. No. You're not accredited investor. And you say, but what is accredited investor? What is this magical thing that I need to be able to buy this project that has big potential? And they say to you, if you have more than $1 million worth of net worth, or let's say real estate, company, something, whatever it is, that has to be more than $1 million worth that you own. Or you have yearly income of more than $200,000, or if you're a couple, married couple obviously, $300,000 on a yearly basis. Why they do this? To protect you. They want to protect you from the potential profits you're going to make. Because first, Larry Fink needs to buy. When Larry Fink buys, as our host said, the next guy that is not a accredited investor needs to buy because you need exit liquidity, right? You guys are unfortunately the exit liquidity. If you don't have $1 million and if you don't have 200,000 income per year, you're not a accredited investor. And our honored Gary Gensler, which is leaving finally on the 25th of January. Can I have a applause, please? Finally! Now, there we go. There's the love. No, but how? Because the court. But the court told them that they have to do it. Yes, because the court told them. The court literally instructed them that their decision is capricious. Bro, if I put a gun on your head, what you gonna do, right? And let me tell you another interesting thing. Europe is preparing this for you guys all. Don't worry. They're preparing this, some democracy for you as well. Accredited investor for all the Europeans. We're going to protect you for all the potential good investments you can make. No. Let the big guys buy first, then you're going to come in the market. No. Crypto is the only market that is upside down. We front run all the big sharks in the tank. Everybody of you guys that is here more than 5-6 years, more than one cycle, we literally front run BlackRock. We bought before BlackRock. We are the ones selling to BlackRock, unfortunately, on a long run, but it is what it is. Now, let's see how you can liquidate it. How you can liquidate stocks. When they open, you need to wait 9 to 5. Administration, guys. Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, sorry, guys, we're closed. But the stock is falling Monday. Wait. Where did you vote? In Tokyo. You're in the jet. Wait. You're going to wait until 3 in the morning when they open in Tokyo to sell your stock. I'm just saying, this is how it functions in the stock world, right? Boomers, guys, boomers. Now, let's see how it is with the crypto. You name it, literally. So you can sell it on centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges, any kind of debit cards. You literally go anywhere, buy whatever you want. Peer-to-peer, my favorite. I see somebody, I say, do you have some potatoes? He says, okay, I have. Can you give me like 3 Satoshis? Yes, here you go. That's the way it should be. But anyway, peer-to-peer, Bitcoin Lightning Network. You go to El Salvador, you buy anywhere, anything directly with your Lightning wallet. And it's 24/7, 365 days per year. Unlike the boomers, right? Welcome to 21st century. Anyway, and then let's see about this part. Can you transport it easily? You can literally remember the phrase of 25 words, and you can walk through an airport, metal detector, you can do whatever you want. With $10 billion, you can go anywhere you want if you are able to remember the 25-word phrase, right? These guys, unfortunately, you need to have this kind of application working in a country that you are currently in to be able to sell it, transport it, whatever you want. But eToro says, sorry guys, we're not working in Afghanistan, Belarus, Central African Republic, China, Congo, Cuba, practically 1/5 of the world. Fidelity, on the other hand, says, yes, we're working only in America. And in the other side, so you can see that all these eToro, Robinhood, or whatever, they are not available everywhere, right? You go on the other side and they say to you, you have stocks, but you cannot sell them. Very easy. You go to Shanghai, you want to sell part of your stock. In Shanghai, I've personally been, you cannot find Google. You open your phone, there is nothing. All your applications don't work. Literally, you have no connection. You have internet connection. You cannot connect to any of the normal applications we use. Different side of the world. Completely different system. And if you have Bitcoin, believe it or not, no problem. Now, this part I love the most. Can it be taken away from you? These days, this is one of the most important part that everybody needs to think about. Can it be taken away from you? Try and take it away from me. Send the army. Let's see if they're going to take it away from me. I'll forget the phrase. I'm still not going to give it to you. You can shoot me. That's it. But on the other hand, stock is easily confiscated. Same like gold. Same like any physical object that you can own. Cash, stock, gold, whatever you have. Everything can be nationalized. Everything can be confiscated. Nationalized, which means that tomorrow, let's say, they decide, you know what? You don't need your Bitcoin. Imagine if your Bitcoin was in a physical form. They will come and they will take it away from you. You do not own the force that the country owns, right? How did they did it with the gold reserve? They said in 1933, you know what, guys? You don't need the gold back in your home. No, you can bring it here to us. Don't worry, we'll take care of it. They're still taking care of it to this day. They still hold it for you. Don't worry. This is the same like I can imagine most of you have parents. You go, let's say, I don't know, Halloween, and you collect some money and your daddy says to you, listen, give it to me. Daddy will take care of it. Don't worry. I'll keep it for you. And you never see it again, Literally the same like Uncle Sam. Literally. Now, this is the nationalization part. But there is another thing which literally beats stocks in any certain way. We have privacy and we have transparency. You have no idea what the company is doing behind closed doors. You're investing in a company that is the best in the world. Let's take Boeing, for example. Everybody, I can imagine most of you know what's going on with Boeing, right? Literally doors falling off airplanes in the middle of a flight, wheels not opening, We had the space shuttle because Boeing has a space program. They are the ones doing space shuttles to actually be able to go in space in the space station, right? So they had a situation where the space shuttle was not able to take the cosmonauts down, and they got stuck there for like extra 4 months. How do you know that this is going to happen? And you invest in Boeing. 4 years ago, it was the best aeronautical production in the world of anything. Planes, shuttles, you name it, right? How do you know what's going on in the company itself? You don't. You are buying into we say in our country, cat in a bag. You have no clue what's going on inside. But on the other hand, blockchain offers transparency, which means very easy. Any project you buy, you just go and you write 100 rich list of this coin, and it gives you the 100 top richest wallets of the coin. So you can see if it's concentrated in one wallet, two wallets. That way you know that we're talking about something that might rug pull, might have a big dump and stuff like that. In the same time, you can see a lot of things for any project. You can check how many developers they have. There is a special site on chain that checks how many current developers they have, and it's updated daily. You can check how many scripts they are updating on GitHub. So you literally can see how active is this project, right? So this is something that you can check anytime, any day. This is something that you need to wait once per quarter when they finalize the report to see what's going on in the company, to see if they are profitable, if they are not, if they are in a good situation, is there any inspection going on, some criminal case, somebody suing them. You have absolutely no idea until it hits the news. You can know only if you have somebody inside the company. And how many people of you have somebody in Microsoft? If you have somebody, you wouldn't be here. Let's be honest, right? Anyway, so another thing that is very important, lifespan. This thing, like it or not, for the banks and the countries is infinite. So far, it have proven that is unbeatable, that it cannot be banned, it cannot be stopped. You cannot do anything to it. Unfortunately, done deal. Bitcoin won. Unlike that, stocks are good as long as the company exists. The moment the company is liquidated, bye-bye stocks. And again, we're going to the previous slide. Very easy, any kind of procedure can get you from confiscation to liquidation like this, which means by the time you realize what's going on, a process has started, and in the law there is a special way of everybody will get a share depending on who was the first one sending that they want to get their share out, which means by the time you wake up and you realize what's going on, you will be the last on the list. And guess what? Unfortunately, there will be not enough capital left for you, especially if we're talking about criminal organizations, right? How do you mean they cannot? They literally freeze the company. Exactly. But again, do you know how they give the money back regarding liquidations? Depending who is going to apply first. So unfortunately, I'm not very well versed in I am a lawyer back in Macedonia. Unfortunately, I can explain this in Macedonian a lot better because you know how that the legal part has their own lingo. The idea is that you need to be the first one giving it to the court. Literally, they write the exact time that you have given your request to liquidate your shares from the company, which means if you sleep and you don't realize what's going on because you bought shares in Tokyo, the market opened, the court did what it did, everybody applied, and you wake up 2 in the morning to see your stock because you wake up 2 in the morning when, over there it's already finished. Guess what? So you understand my point. And at the end of the day, can you divide it in smaller units? Bitcoin is dividable until the millionth part, which everybody knows is Satoshi, right? Unlike that, stocks are dividable and you can buy them these days on a small pieces only if the platform allows you. So it depends on the platform and depends on how small piece you can actually allocate. Yes, I've seen somewhere you can allocate like $10, but that doesn't change the fact that it's not divisible as Bitcoin, right? And at the end, can you afford it? Again, we're talking about millionth part of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin comes to the point to have a very large market cap, we can literally use the Satoshi for everyday payments. It's going to be like what is today this green toilet paper everybody calls dollar. No difference, just you cannot produce more. And at the end of the day, again, can you afford it? Yes, if it's divisible and if it's allowed by the company that you're buying in. And this is the best part that unfortunately a lot of people don't know about. It's not clear cut. It's not like, okay, cryptocurrencies won, stocks won't exist. The other way around. You know this guy? So this is how your nightmare should look. Let me tell you. No, you're laughing. Let me tell you. While everybody is joking about it, this guy is buying every day hundreds of millions of Bitcoin, dollars worth of Bitcoin. Every day. Check. There is very easy to check the ETFs. Every day. The market went down. You open the next day, you see $800 million invested by BlackRock. The market went up. You open the next day, you see $600 million invested by BlackRock. Why? Why? The guy knows something we don't, right? Obviously, he knows it's not going to be a nuclear war. But in the same time, there's something else that he did. Remember that he doesn't only have Bitcoin spot ETF, he also has Ethereum spot ETF. Now, this is the most important part. Remember when I told you that transactions on Ethereum, every fee is part of it burned to reduce the inflation. And Larry Fink decided that he is going to do complete tokenization of everything. And this is his own words, as you can see here. We are going to tokenize everything, starting with bonds. So anything that is debt of America currently is being tokenized. We're talking billions worth of debt tokenized on different networks, not only on Ethereum. But what I want to show you here is that the idea of him is, yes, this is the last one. So the idea of him is we're going to tokenize every stock. Literally, as you can see here, it's already started. So even we're talking about small amounts, yes, but this is how it starts. Literally, we have Coinbase currently $6.4 million worth of tokenized stock, etc., etc. But we can see Nvidia, we can see Tesla, we can see Intel, Apple, Microsoft, which means they're all testing. By the time you realize about this, everything will be tokenized. Everybody will be selling everything on blockchain, which means everything here is intertwined. Before you know it, we're going to have a situation where stocks and blockchain is literally the same thing. I know I don't think to ask you again, but I think we know who won, right? All these categories will literally crush the stocks. But at the end of the day, we're talking about something that's going to be one. Just a matter of time, because cryptocurrencies is going to become initial and crucial part of the stock market. I hope you enjoy, guys. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Antonio, you are blacklisted from traveling to the United States.
We are a crypto-native community that aims to learn and share knowledge together. Join us at Soho, The Strand, every Wednesday to dive into our questions section live.